There are documents you must prepare for a Tier 4 visa application, and these documents must look a certain way. If you do not submit these documents, your application could be refused. All the documents you submit must be original. You cannot submit copies. If you do not have the required documents in the UK, you must get them as soon as possible, otherwise you cannot apply for your visa. The International Advice Team will not check your documents. You must use the information in this video and the Tier 4 policy guidance to prepare your documents correctly and accurately. It is your responsibility to make sure the documents that you send are correct. You should copy all of your documents and print out your application form before you send your documents. You should keep these copies for your records in case there are any problems with your application. If any of your documents are not in English or Welsh, you must also include an original translation of each document. It must be a fully certified translation by a professional translator and must show the full name and signature of the translator. Each translation must contain confirmation from the translator that it is an accurate translation of the original document, the date of the translation, the translator's full name and signature, and the translator's contact details. If you are applying with dependents, such as a wife, husband, partner, or any children, there are additional documents you need to prepare. To read more about the requirements for dependents, please visit the United Kingdom Council for International Student Affairs website. The first document you will need is your valid passport. You will need to enclose a valid passport with your application. Make sure that your passport is not about to expire. If you entered the UK using an old passport, you must apply with both the old passport and your current passport. When you fill in your Tier 4 visa application form, you will need to enter information from your passport into this form. You must include 2 passport photographs with your application. These should meet the Home Office photo guidance. You can view this guidance by following the link on screen. If your photographs are not correct, the Home Office will reject your application. Your photographs must not be more than 1 month old. You must write your full name clearly on the back of both photographs. This is a police registration certificate. If you are required to register with the police, you must submit this certificate as part of your application. You can see a list of nationalities who must register with the police by following the link on screen. When you apply for your Tier 4 visa, your police registration certificate must be up to date with your current address. If your certificate does not have your current address on it at the time you apply, this will delay your visa application. You may need to send a biometrics residence permit, which is also known as a BRP. If you have a BRP card, you must send it. When you fill in your Tier 4 application form, you will need to enter information from your BRP into this form. This is a police registration certificate. If you are required to register with the police, you must submit this certificate as part of your application. You can see a list of nationalities who must register with the police by following the link on screen. When you apply for your Tier 4 visa, your police registration certificate must be up to date with your current address. If your certificate does not have your current address on it at the time you apply, this will delay your visa application. An ATAS certificate gives you security clearance to study certain subject areas. Students who want to study for a postgraduate qualification or carry out research in the UK for more than 6 months in specific subjects may be required to apply for an ATAS certificate. The subjects are usually related to science, engineering, medicine or mathematics. The subjects are identified by the Joint Academic Coding System, or JACS code, attached to each postgraduate course or area of research. You can view the list of JACS codes in Appendix 6 of the Immigration Rules at the link on screen. If you need an ATAS certificate, you must apply online to the Foreign and Commonwealth Office. You must apply for this well in advance of completing your visa application. The Foreign and Commonwealth Office aims to produce an ATAS certificate within 20 working days. However, it can sometimes take longer than this. If you have an official financial sponsor, you must provide a letter confirming this sponsorship. An official financial sponsor is any one of the following: the UK government, your home government, the British Council, any international organisation, any university or an independent school. An international scholarship from the University of Lincoln is not classed as official financial sponsorship. If you receive funding from any of the organisations listed, you will need to get a letter from them confirming how much money they will contribute towards your course fees and maintenance. If your official financial sponsor is the University of Lincoln, they should have included details of your financial sponsorship on your CAS statement. If they have not done this, you must contact them. The official financial sponsorship letter must be on official letter-headed paper and show your name, the name and contact details of the official financial sponsor, the date of the letter, the length of the sponsorship and the amount of money the sponsor is giving to you, or a statement that all course fees and living costs will be covered. The letter should also have the official stamp of the organisation on it. If you have an official financial sponsor, and the sponsor is a government or international scholarship agency, their sponsor letter should specifically state that they consent to your Tier 4 visa application. If your official financial sponsor is not covering all of your course fees and maintenance, you must be able to demonstrate that you have the remaining money. You must be able to show the remaining money in the correct format. Remember, if your application includes any documents which are not in English or Welsh, you must also include an original translation of each document. You must provide a recent bank statement when applying for your visa. You can use your personal bank account in your home country, your personal bank account in the UK, or your parents' or legal guardian's bank account. If you use your parents' or legal guardian's bank statement, you must also provide a birth certificate to prove you are related, and a letter of permission from your parents or legal guardians, which must confirm your relationship and give you permission to use their money to study in the UK. You can use electronic bank statements, which you can print off from your online bank account. However, you must take them to the bank and get the bank to stamp each page. The bank statement you use must show your name or parents' or legal guardian's name, the name of the bank, the logo of the bank, the account number, the date of the bank statement and the amount of money available in the account. It is important that you show that you have enough money to cover your tuition fees for the first or next year of your course, or entire course if the duration of the course is 1 year or less. You must also show that you have enough money to cover your monthly living costs while you are studying in the UK. The Home Office refers to this money as maintenance. Your money must be in the form of cash funds. You cannot use evidence of other types of finance, such as shares, bonds, or pension funds. You also cannot use an overdraft facility. The amount of money you need to have for your maintenance will depend on how long your course lasts and where you will be studying in the UK. Maintenance is the most common reason for visa refusals. If you are unsure how much money to prepare, we advise you to prepare the highest amount of maintenance. The full amount of money you prepare must continue to be available after you make your application, except for any money you have to pay for course costs and living costs. You must show that you have held the required money for a consecutive 28-day period ending no more than 31 days before the date of your application. The date of your application is the date you pay your visa fee online. If your bank statement does not show that your money has been in the bank for 28 consecutive days, your visa application will be refused. You must request a confirmation of acceptance for studies from your sponsor, which is often referred to as a CAS statement. This is an information sheet only. You will need to use your CAS statement to help you complete the application form. The 14-digit CAS number on the CAS statement is used by the Home Office to check your details electronically. Your CAS statement will be valid for use in a Tier 4 visa application for 6 months from the date it was issued by the university. Your CAS statement should tell you the 14-digit reference number for the CAS containing a mixture of letters and numbers, the sponsor license number, or SLN, of the institution where you intend to study, the start and end date of your course, the title of your course, the tuition fee for the first year of your course or the entire course if your course duration is 1 year or less. If your CAS statement has been issued for further study on a course that you are already partway through, the first year of study means the first year of this new period of study. Your CAS statement should also show any tuition fees that you have already paid to the university, any accommodation fees that you have already paid to the university, and any qualifications that the university has used to offer you a place on a course. If there are documents listed in this section, for example, previous transcripts and/or certificates, you must provide these original documents with your visa application. If there are no documents listed in this section, you do not need to provide your previous qualifications. On your CAS statement, the university should also write how they have assessed your English language ability and the level of ability that you have obtained in reading, writing, speaking and listening. If the university has listed any documents that they have used to assess your English language ability, you will need to include these documents with your application. If you have previously been granted immigration permission to study in the UK, your CAS should confirm that the new course demonstrates academic progress from your previous study. You can start to complete the Tier 4 visa application before you have your CAS statement, but you will not be able to finish the application form without this. The International Admissions Team produce CAS statements. If you have any questions about your CAS, you must contact them on the email address on screen. On your CAS statement, the university should include details of any money that you have already paid to the university. If you have already paid money to the university for your tuition fee or for university-owned accommodation, but it is not on your CAS, you must include a receipt to prove this payment. If you are unsure if the accommodation you live in is owned by the university, you can check this on the University of Lincoln's website. If you need to provide a receipt, it must be an original paper receipt issued by the university. The receipt must confirm that you have paid all your fees or the amount that you have paid. Do not make any arrangements to travel abroad until you have received all your documents back from the Home Office. We have now told you about all the documents you need to make a successful Tier 4 visa application. These documents are your valid passport, 2 passport photographs with your name clearly written on the back of both, a biometrics residence permit, if required, a police registration certificate, if required, a CAS statement, an ATAS certificate, if required, a valid bank statement, a receipt, if required, an official sponsorship letter, if required, any previous qualifications, and an original translation of each document, if required. Remember, you also need to pay the Immigration Health Surcharge before you apply for your visa. Please make sure you read carefully all the documents and web page references in this film. All the links are listed in the video description for easy reference. Please replay this film or sections of it as many times as you need to. If you have any further questions, please contact the International Advice Team.